a Saturday afternoon in America's sandbox, Las Vegas, Nevada. But today at NBA 2K25 Summer League, a mix of business and pleasure. NBA teams have a lot on their to-do lists over the next week and a half. For fans, an opportunity to play and watch future stars of the NBA. Welcome courtside here at the Pavilion. Great to have you once again. Greg Anthony, Matt Weiner, and Bill Kareem we'll hear from in just a moment. We've got the Bulls and the Bucks here, and for Chicago, really a dream come true for their first round pick. Matas Buzelis, the number 11 overall pick, a Chicago kid, today gets to represent his hometown team for the very first time.
I really feel like this guy has as much upside as anybody in that first round. He's long, athletic, great handle, can shoot the basketball. It will continue to, I think, fill out that frame, but he can do it all. And you can also tell he's excited about the opportunity to stay home. And I think that Chicago's a perfect fit for him because they're transitioning right now, and he's got a chance to be a part of their future.
He played in the Rising Stars game at All-Star Weekend last year, representing Ignite from the G League, and much is expected from the hometown kid. Bucks have a couple of draft picks here on the floor as well. Their first 14.
A very different-looking Giannis Antetokounmpo, skinny, raw basketball talent, and anxious to learn, averaging 17 points, almost 6 rebounds in 4 games, a launch pad to his incredible resume. Then there's Zach LaVine's production over 2 Summer League tournaments for Minnesota, also very good, 17-5. Both key cogs now in the NBA, and now we focus on the future this afternoon.
Shine after winning the third quarter by 10 and hanging on in the fourth. Stick around. We've got the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics coming up next here from the Pavilion in Las Vegas. It's NBA 2K25 Summer League on NBATV.
As we get set, we welcome you to NBA 2K25 Summer League as we open up with the Knicks and Hornets from Thomas and Mack Center. Every team represented here at Summer League. We're in day 2 of our 11-day tournament. Everybody will play 5 games. We'll find out the 4 playoff teams after 4 days, and we'll have the semifinals a week from tomorrow and the championship game coming up a week from Monday. Alongside Tim Legler, I'm Mark Kestisher. George Sedano will be with us just a bit. Welcome inside. We got 4 games here inside of Thomas and Mack. 4 of the games going on at the Pavilion across the way. Picks that'll play in Summer League, and we're going to have him this afternoon.
And you were going to see one smooth scorer in Brandon Miller. I've said that his ceiling is a comparison to Paul George down the road, but this guy can flat out put the ball in the basket in a variety of ways. And the second half of his rookie year in particular, when he really got comfortable and started to shoot the 3 ball a little bit more consistently, Brandon Miller, maybe the most high-profile player we have here at Vegas Summer League because of the rookie year that he had.
And he's not the only star, as they will have Tijan Salon, who was the number 6 pick, as we had number 1 versus number 2, both from France yesterday. Salon was the number 6 pick by Charlotte. He also from France. The Knicks had a whole host of draft picks, including Pacom.
During the game, you could see why today. And I know Charles Lee can't wait to get an opportunity to see his growth because we talk about him as a future all-star. Woj mentioned that. I don't think there's any question in my mind that's where he's going to be now. In order to make that happen, the team's success has to come first before you start getting individual accolades like that. But I think that's where this is trending for Brandon Miller. This is going to be one of the big-time scorers in this league in the next few years.
23 points, 5 3-pointers, the 8 rebounds. Nick Smith Jr. also just as important in this win this afternoon with 24 points as the Hornets keep the summer vibes going. Stay with us because coming up next, we'll get a look at the Detroit Pistons and the Philadelphia 76ers Summer League squad. Our first final, Charlotte 94, the Knicks 90. Summer League rolling on with the Pistons and the Sixers right after this timeout.
From the desert, it's NBA 2K25 Summer League here on NBA TV. We've got the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics coming up from the Pavilion on the campus of UNLV. Great to have you with us once again. We are courtside Greg Anthony, Matt Weiner, Nabil Kareem is with us as well. Well, it's a good summer back in Boston.
Yes.
When the Celtics are celebrating a championship. They're one ahead once again of the rival Lakers. The Duck Boats were out rolling less than a month ago as Jason Tatum, Joe Mazzulla, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, and the rest celebrated their championship finals win over the Dallas Mavericks. But now they turn to business next season, and you know what? It's, for the most part, status quo for the Celtics as they keep the band together with everybody in the rotation returning next season. A lot of good performances to choose from, including some really promising moments from Kel'el Ware.
Oh, he was terrific and really showed the complete package. The shot blocking, three-point shooting, the finishing at the rim. He was a difference maker. The reason why this Heat team is very excited about this young man's future.
119 to 114 is the final as the Heat score a win in their Vegas Summer League opener. Great to have you along with us. For our producer, Gregory Shapiro, Greg Anthony, and Nabil Kareem. I'm Matt Weiner. So long for Vegas for now. Vegas Summer League continues here on NBA TV after the break.
Up, the G League Ignite players that were drafted in the top 10. Ron Holland, the second, was one of them, number 5 to Detroit. Scoot Henderson went 3rd to Portland. Jalen Green, the highest, at number 2 with Houston. But Ron Holland was selected number 5 and had a chance to speak just a few moments ago with our George Sedano. Thank you. Ron Holland just turned 19, and his Detroit Pistons getting set to open up their Summer League run here in Vegas against the 76ers. The tip-off coming up next.
Right now, he's not a very consistent perimeter shooter, but he can do this. He's athletic. He's got great wingspan, so he can finish over bigger defenders at the rim.
Points the other night against Oklahoma City.
He can score. I mean, he's just a flat-out bucket getter, and he's a guy that can get his shot a lot of different ways. He can get out and transition and run, but I like his mid-range game, and we're going to see that on display today. You see there, he stops on a dime, going full speed, can elevate, shoot it. Got a float game, a deep game. He's just a scorer, and Philadelphia needed some perimeter help in that area.
Ron Holland in his first Summer League game. Not a bad start. Got the bucket there, and Ricky Council the fourth got him off their feet here at the Thomas and Mack. We're at halftime, Philly by 4. Welcome back to the NBA 2K25 Summer League from fabulous Las Vegas, and the 76ers with a 4-point lead over the Detroit Pistons. Our second half will get underway in just a moment. The Summer League head coach of the Detroit Pistons is Jarrett Jack, and he's wired up.
And he's, again, undrafted 2022, just trying to find somewhere to make some money playing basketball.
Well, that'll do it for the first 2 games of the quadruple header. The Spurs and the Trailblazers coming up next. Mark Jones
lays it in. The Huskies running to a second straight national championship. The second verse is the same as the first. UConn repeats.
Everyone in this organization gave everything so that we could win everything this year.
The Huskies back-to-back national champions.
What a night of enshrinement and enthronement that was for UConn. And tonight here in Las Vegas, a battle between, well, the 2 former teammates, Donovan Clingan and Stephon Castle, both with their championship rings and things. And Cassidy Hubbarth has more.
Yeah, and the last time that we saw Donovan Clingan.
Show business, not show friends, folks. We're going to have the tip on the other side of this break. Back after this. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA 2K25 Summer League here on day 2 in Las Vegas of 11. It'll all culminate on the 22nd of July with the championship game on ESPN as we get a couple of good runs here today. Two good ones this evening. We'll start things off with the San Antonio Spurs and the Portland Trail Blazers. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, chopping it up with Doris Burke. Cassidy Hubbard joining us in just a moment. You actually just heard from her.
As is the case in this league, he is young, 19 years old, but 6'6", an excellent defensive player, so fits right in for Greg Popovich. And again, off a national championship, coached by Dan Hurley, which means you know he's been coached hard. He led all Big East freshmen in points, in rebounds, and assists. He's unafraid of big moments, ability to hit the three, to be a guy who can make buckets on his own, create his own opportunity off the bounce, get to the cup, score against size. Several years, big man, obviously, 7'2", 280 pounds, big time presence at the rim, not just a great shot blocker, but a guy who will deter an awful lot of shot opportunities. Listen, if he gets a three ball, he can shoot it. He said, if I get it, I'm gonna let it fly, but makes his impact on the defensive end of the floor. Wasn't necessarily a hub, but they're tonight gonna try to get him.
Donovan Clingan in 6 minutes has 5 rebounds, hasn't scored yet. We'll be back with more on the other side of this. They lead by 20. Mensah had 12 points, 9 rebounds. Castle had 10 and 3 dimes. If it's Sissoko, you already know. Back after this. Bouye with a little larcenous activity at midcourt comes up with the steal and the bucket. Back after this.
Which you're probably not going to play with on the real roster. Different level of talent. Both guys, I thought, missed some makeable shots. Castle had himself a night. Look at the poise with which he comes off the screen. He's playing at his own pace. In the face of the big a couple of times after getting blocked by his teammate.
What a way to wrap up night 2 just off the Vegas Strip as we welcome you to the NBA 2K25 Summer League on the campus of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Inside the pavilion, it is the Utah Jazz and the Dallas Mavericks. The nightcap with the 2-time WNBA, the 3-time WNBA champion, Candace Parker. I'm Jared Greenberg. We've got Taylor Rooks joining us as well in a couple of moments. Slim 1-point lead. Jazz have been led by the 6 points of Kyle Filipowski out of Duke. Could he be one of the surprise picks out of the draft? Ajinça and company making them dance. Marshall and others. Right now, his Mavericks have a 1-point lead in their Vegas Summer League opener. We'll come back with the half and get you set for second half action here in the nightcap on the campus of UNLV. Final half of the second day of the NBA 2K25 Summer League. Dallas and Utah, the Jazz basically have turning it up here to start the fourth quarter. It begins with Cody Williams, who was 1 of 11 from distance in the Salt Lake City Summer League. Tonight in the Vegas opener, Williams 3 of 5, and defense into offense. We got a contest. TV comes to an end.
Well, it's been a fun time of hoops and excitement in Vegas. My first time was pretty fun. I think I'll come back next year, too.
Let's do it. We saw a great one tonight as our final score saw Utah win it in the final moments, 90-89. For Candace Parker, Taylor Rooks, I'm Jared Greenberg. Thanks for watching. Join us on NBA TV Sunday afternoon at 3:30, where our coverage begins with the Cavs and Bucks.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA 2K25 Summer League from the entertainment capital of the world as night begins to fall here in the desert. A couple of teams trying to metaphorically stay out of the NBA desert and get into the postseason. Golden State and the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix was a playoff team last year. Golden State not as fortunate. Mark Jones courtside along with Doris Burke. You heard from Cassidy Hubbard.
So many good things that he was going to make himself an integral part of their lineup, and he did exactly that. 6'4", 203 pounds, out of Santa Clara, but able to make threes, able to chase defensively. Just a really smart basketball player. You could put him in the role of primary ball handler, secondary ball handler. He was going to make plays on the defensive end of the floor.
So guys to fill the margins and win those margins.
Their first and second round picks. Ryan Dunn of Virginia played for Tony Bennett. Oso at Marquette played for Shaka Smart. Two hard coaching, well-schooled individuals, two great programs to come out of, high IQ players. They are really excited and believe both, while it may take some time, will be rotational players for their respective organization.
A high-scoring one for head coach Anthony Barrene and the Golden State Warriors. 32-19 when we come back. He's got 12 points and 4 rebounds on 3 of 5 from deep. He and Rowe doing the heavy lifting when we come back. Leading the way for the Golden State Warriors on 8 of 11 from the field. Pajemski with 14. Back after this. 90-73. Hey, tomorrow we'll have more Summer League action for you coming your way on ESPN2. Maybe there'll be some more Plowden highlights or Davis too. For Doris Burke and Cassidy Hubbard, I'm Mark Jones saying so long from Las Vegas, folks. Thanks for watching.